Today, let's talk about the Mediterranean diet. Not whether it's good for you or bad for you, but simply, what is it? People have been talking about it forever, so I thought, let's break it down and see what's what. What's up, everybody? I'm Andre, and this is Edible Knowledge, giving you the what's what of food from around the world. So naturally, I suppose the first question would be, what is the Mediterranean diet? The Mediterranean way of eating is inspired by the traditional cuisines of Greece, Spain, Italy, Turkey, France, and many others. Author and Dr. Michael Krupane explains it like this. It's focused on eating mostly 5 groups of foods: fruits and vegetables, whole grains, beans, healthy fats from olive oil, nuts, and seeds, and fish. Now, there is no one standard Mediterranean diet because there's like 16 countries that border the Mediterranean, and eating styles vary among them because of culture, religion, economy, geography, and what they produce agriculturally. That being said, there are some common factors. For example, eat plenty of fruits, vegetables, bread and other grains, potatoes, beans, nuts, and seeds. Fish, poultry, and dairy products like eggs are consumed in low to moderate amounts. Fish and poultry are more common than red meat, and fruit tends to be the dessert choice instead of sweets. And on top of that, olive oil is usually considered the primary source of healthy fats. But what is the difference between olive oil, extra virgin olive oil, what you buy in a fancy store as opposed to what you buy in the supermarket? Well, I'm gonna let my friend Mike George explain way better than I could.
So extra virgin olive oil is actually a full-on category that's part of the virgin category. Olive oil is a category that's below that in terms of the hierarchy of quality. So when we're looking at extra virgin olive oil, that is what we're usually looking for the best taste, the most nutrients, and the most health benefits. Just as a fun fact, when you're tasting olive oil, extra virgin oil, and you feel the pepperiness at the back, that's how we feel antioxidants. So the more health benefits, the more peppery an olive oil will be. Olive oil, so if you go to the grocery store and you get olive oil, it's like, I don't understand why this is so much cheaper than extra virgin oil. Well, it's because olive oil is a lower category. That's a mix of refined olive oil and extra virgin oil. And that's why there's a lot less nutrients, but there is positives to it. There's higher smoke point. It's more neutral also in taste. So sometimes that's what you're looking for, but it is definitely not the same product as an extra virgin olive oil.
So the Mediterranean diet really focuses on the quality of food and is more a way of eating and a lifestyle approach rather than a restrictive diet. It doesn't set hard and fast rules for what you're allowed or not allowed to eat. That being said, moderation is key. For example, red meat from sources like beef and goat can be incorporated, but in smaller amounts. Okay, I hear you. What are the benefits of the Mediterranean diet? I'm so glad you asked. The Mediterranean has many benefits that include lowering your risk of cardiovascular disease, supporting a body weight that's healthy for you, supporting healthy blood sugar levels, blood pressure, and cholesterol, supporting a healthy balance of gut microbiota, and it may also help in slowing down the decline of brain function as you age. I think that's something we all want. But let's break it down even further. Why should these benefits be important to you? Well, the Mediterranean diet limits saturated fat and trans fat. You do need some saturated fats, but in small amounts. Eating too much can raise your LDL, your bad cholesterol, and a high LDL raises your risk of plaque buildup in your arteries and can cause inflammation. The Mediterranean diet also encourages healthy, unsaturated fats, including omega-3 fatty acids. These promote healthy cholesterol levels, support brain health, and combat inflammation. It also limits sodium. And as we know, eating foods high in sodium can raise your blood pressure, putting you at a greater risk for a heart attack or even a stroke. And it also also limits refined carbs, including sugar, because again, foods high in refined carbs may cause your blood sugar to spike. Having said all of that, it's not only about what you eat, but also what you do. So in order to get the most out of the Mediterranean diet, it's best to incorporate some specific habits like exercising regularly, cooking more often than you eat out, and whenever possible, eat locally sourced foods. Here's a very short list just to give you some sort of idea of the categories and what you can expect to be eating. For vegetables and tubers, cabbage, carrots, artichokes, beets, bell peppers, potatoes, and zucchini. For fruits, avocados, apples, pomegranate, oranges, tomatoes, and watermelon. In the grains category, you might want to try some barley, brown rice, couscous, quinoa, and oats. And in the category of nuts, seeds, and legumes, almonds, flaxseed, hemp seeds, kidney beans, pistachios, sesame seeds, and walnuts. And as always, if you want more information, you can always click on the links in the description below. So tell me, what are your thoughts on the Mediterranean diet? Do you think it would be helpful for you? Are you living that lifestyle right now as we speak? Let me know all of that and more in the comment section below, and I'll see ya in the next video. Bye.